Let's go. Adjustments. Vanguard. Captain America. Cap's damage output is getting a slight downgrade. Remove team up anchor damage bonus 5%. Okay, so he will do a little bit of less damage. Understandable. I don't think this is too bad. It will definitely take away some of his pressure on the backline and like his overall pressure. So I don't think this is the worst. Yeah, I would say this is definitely manageable. He will still be pretty strong. Yes, he will still be pretty strong. It might be like a damage breakdown, like instead of requiring 5 hits to kill someone, maybe now he will need 6 hits, but it's something along those lines maybe. But yeah, I don't think this is that big of a deal. Understandable though. Doctor Strange. The Sorcerer Supreme is now casting faster, but he's trading a bit of survivability for offensive mystique. Ooh, I don't like the sound of that. Reduce Maelstrom of Madness cooldown from 8 seconds to 6 seconds. This is really good. Reduce base health from 600 to 575. This is not good. By the way, they have to implement this change because on the previous change, they gave him more ammo. And what that meant is that if you actually used up all of your ammo, it would be way faster than the cooldown from the burst, which meant you would literally have to stop attacking every 5 seconds or so you don't anti-heal yourself because the cooldown on the burst was too long. So now you should be able to use the burst basically every time on 100% energy, which is really good, but still losing 25 HP as a tank is definitely questionable. His current base health is 700, so he will be 675, which is actually okay, I would say. Yeah, I say that's a worthy trade, because this was really annoying, and now this will be really good. Yeah, I think Strange will actually be pretty decent. Emma Frost. The White Queen's control and survivability are getting a little less unbreakable. Increase diamond form cooldown from 15 seconds to 18 seconds. Reduce telepathic pulse energy gained where hitting shields from 10 per second to 5 per second. Okay, I mean, this isn't as bad as I was expecting, but this means that you will really have to be thinking about when you're supposed to be using the diamond form, because you don't want to waste it. So this will separate bad Emmas from good Emmas a little bit more. It would mean that you really need to be careful with how you use your diamond form, because if you waste it, there's a higher chance that you will get punished for it. Imagine there's a Strange ultimate coming up, but you've just wasted the diamond form. And sometimes those 3 seconds longer can actually be the difference between being able to interrupt something like a Strange ultimate or not being able to. As for the energy gained reducing when you're hitting shields, it's understandable, definitely annoying, but I think this will also separate good Emmas even further, because it means you just have to get better at hitting your crystal, which is the fastest for increasing your beam energy. Okay, so for Emma Frost, not as bad as I would have expected. Penny Sparker. Enemies caught in Penny's web are in for a stickier situation. That sounds completely wrong. And her ultimate ability just got slightly more threatening. Spider Drone new effect. Now slows enemies by 8% for 2 seconds. Each hit stacks the effect and resets the slow period, stacking up to 40%. Reduce Spider Drone release interval during her ultimate ability from 0.7 seconds to 0.5 seconds. Wait, so the little mites on the webs now slow people? 40% slow, that is huge. Wait. This means that her ultimate will actually slow people down now. Her ultimate will actually be kind of offensive, or like will be able to be used a little bit more offensively maybe, because you'll be able to giga slow people down and they'll obviously be easier to kill and hit from your teammates. Now, this for her nest, it's probably not that big of a deal, because you wouldn't want to be inside her nest regardless, right? Like, you would just get blown up anyway by sitting in her nest web. But this does have an effect on her actual ultimate. This will mean that her ultimate will now slow people as you go through them, which I think it's really good buff. I think that would be really good. Now Thor, the God of Thunder's ultimate is getting an upgrade. More speed, new stun, greater bring the thunder. Increase movement speed during ultimate ability from 600 to 700. After ultimate ability lands, stun surrounding enemies for 1 second. Wait, I think they just made Thor viable. I think Thor just got an actual ultimate right now. Holy, Thor finally has an ultimate, guys. This is insane. Not only will they be less likely to run away from it because you'll be faster, but even if you don't hit a support backline or like kill them, you will be able to stun the entire enemy team, kind of like a strange... This is kind of like a strange ultimate almost. Except Thor cannot be interrupted in his ultimate. How long is Eye of Agamotto? Like 1.5 seconds? This would be 1 second. And it's kind of like the same size, but Thor cannot be interrupted. And now you can't even run away from it, most likely. Oh my god, the Thor skin is back. The Thor skin, I mean, he was never in, but the Thor skin, they just gave Thor a fucking ultimate. Holy. Thor's tongues are going up. They just gave him, this guy just went insane. Guys, whoever held onto their Thor tongues, it just went up to the moon. I repeat, I think that the Thor stocks are going to the moon. Anyways, Black Panther. T'Challa's survivability after striking a marked enemy is now less kingly. Reduced bonus health gained when striking Vibranium marked enemies with Spirit went from 30 to 25, bro. Reduced base health from 300 to 275, bro. I mean, thank you, but probably not enough. Probably still not enough. Because the problem is, like, he's just too fast, man. He's just too fucking fast. It's definitely a step in the right direction, which I appreciate, but it's probably still not enough. Although we will have to wait and see. I just don't think it'll be enough. I just think the problem is he does too much damage instantly. He does too much fast damage. He is too fast in general. Like, he's non-interactable. So definitely a step in the right direction, but I need more. This is what I want, by the way. This is what I want. Yep. Black Panther deleted from game. This is the change I want. Thank you. Next. Blade. The Daywalker's sword just got a little sharper. More melee damage for those who hunt in the night. Increase ancestral sword damage per single dash from 22 to 24. Actually, will probably actually make him better. I don't know how much is 2 damage in terms of like overall DPS, but it's technically like a 10% increase if you think about it. It's like a 10% increase to his damage, which, who knows? It might just be enough to make his sword mode actually viable. What is Magik? What is going on with Magik here? Magik loses her team up anchor bonus but gets a whole arsenal upgrade to compensate. Yeah, it sure fucking looks like it. Remove team up anchor bonus 15% damage boost. Reduce charge time required for Magik slash maximum damage from 1.8 to 1.2 seconds. Excuse me? What? So she can now Giga Insta charge that shit? That seems a bit much. Magik slash new effect. Projectile now pierces enemies and reduces stepping dick's cooldown per enemy pierced by 1 second. Increase soul sword damage from 65 to 75. This is to make up for the damage boost, sure. Increase the Eldritch World damage from 45 to 50. Increase Demon Rage damage per hit from 18 to 20. Increase melee normal attack damage from 30 to 40. During Darkchild, increase Eldritch World single hit damage from 35 to 40. And Umbral Incursion damage from 135 to 140. I mean, this is understandable because it should make up for the damage boost. These 2 changes, however, excuse me? I think this is what happened, by the way. I think this is what happened. Yep, they just made Magik Black Panther now. I think this is what happened now. Magik stocks are also to the moon with this. Magik stocks are to the moon with this. I don't think people realize, because if you can pierce this, you basically get another stepping disc, because the cooldown is what, like like 6 seconds now. So if you hit like 2 enemies, you're gonna have it much faster. And it pierces. That is insane. And the fact that you can charge it even faster, I think Magik will be a menace. Holy. Magik will be a menace, I think, with this. This is really good for Magik. Anyways, Moonlight. Mark Spector's blade is now moon charge for maximum chaos. Moonblade now holds up 2 charges, each taking 6 seconds to recharge. I would say this is a nice change. I don't think it's gonna be... I mean, it's definitely... I would say it's more a quality of life buff more than anything. Because the blade, while it's good, it's not insane. Like, it's just like another auto attack. It's slightly stronger than an auto attack. So it's definitely a good quality of life, because it means you'll be able to just spam it more. You'll get more shields if you need it. Yeah, I would say it's a nice subtle buff. Psylocke. Size burst damage has been slightly dialed back. Decrease the retrieval damage of wing shurikens per hit from 12 to 8. So they're basically reducing the one-shot combo from her right click, because this is the right click. This is also what, like, it's like a 30% decrease. So I think what this will mean is that she will either not be able to one-shot people because she won't have enough damage, or it will make it so that you need to hit every single shot to actually kill people. But regardless, it's a good change, because getting one shot by Psylocke felt very cheap sometimes. I know it takes a bit of skill because you actually need aim, but it still felt a bit cheap sometimes with how fast it is. Like, it felt like a genuine one shot almost. Scarlet Witch. Wanda's survivability and ultimate are getting a magical upgrade. Can now be healed by teammates during Mystic Projection. Yes! 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 This is huge! This is so good! This is so fucking good, man! Oh my god, this is so good! Oh, that was so annoying to deal with. This was so annoying to deal with, both as a healer, because you're just wasting your heals trying to heal her, and as Wanda, because you can die immediately after. This is insanely good. I love this. This is not a direct buff necessarily, but it's a insanely good quality of life. I love this. Increase reality erasure damage from 800 to 99999. I mean, this looks funny, but basically what they're saying is it's a guaranteed one shot no matter what. Because currently, you can block it from Blade, right? You can block it from Blade's right click, which after this change, you won't be able to. I think you can also reduce the damage with the thing leap, because it has damage reduction. So basically, now it means if you get hit by this, you die. That's basically it. You just die. No more damage reduction, no more shenanigans. You get hit, you die. New effect. Now pulls in nearby enemies within 15-meter radius during cast charge. Max pull speed up to 2.4 meters per second. Now, 2.4 meters per second, I don't think it's that much, but it will definitely make it harder to escape. Although the problem with Wanda's ultimate wasn't that you couldn't get away from it. The problem was that most people either hide or just block it or just stun you. So while this sounds like a good change, I don't think it will be that big of a difference. But it's definitely good, right? It's definitely good, right? But you can still stun her, you can still interrupt her, you can still shield it, you can still hide from it behind a wall or something. They also didn't reduce the timer on her ult, so you have like, what, 4 seconds to get away from it, which is plenty of time, right? So, yeah, maybe not 4 seconds, but like 2-3 seconds, which is plenty. Squirrel Girl. Doreen is less of a menace from afar. Reduced burst airborne damage from 110 to 100. Increased the hit damage of Squirrel blockade from 35 to 50, which is the stun, I think. Increased mammal bond cooldown from 10 seconds to 15 seconds. Okay, interesting. So she gets less damage on her left click. She gets less damage on her regular attack. She does a bit more damage on her stun attack, and the reset ability is a bit longer cooldown. I mean, this is nice, but I think the biggest problem with Squirrel Girl is that she can bounce her nuts from across the map and not even be able to see you, and you still take full damage. I think they need to add something like damage fall off on the burst. So for example, if she hits this thing from like 50 meters, it does not do full damage. Also, they could add damage fall off per bounce, meaning if it bounces from like 50 walls, it doesn't do full damage. Or they could add damage fall off on like the actual explosion, right? Meaning the closer you are to the center, like if she hits her nuts directly, she does full damage. If you are not hit directly, you take less damage, like Magneto's attack, right? Like Magneto's attack. If you get hit directly, you take full damage. If you don't get hit directly, you take less damage. I think that would be the change people want for Squirrel Girl, which I think would be the good. Anyways, Winter Soldiers. Bucky is getting a handy improvement to his close quarters control. Super Fist new effect. Second Strike now applies a 1-second debuff to enemies hit, preventing them from using mobility abilities. Oh, this is nice. This is nice. This means that Bucky would be even better against dive, because if you punch a Black Panther, for example, for the next 1 second, he cannot dash away. If you punch a Scarlet Witch, for example, for the next 1 second, she cannot phase away. It's also good if you hook a tank, for example, like Strange, and then you punch them, they cannot get away for the next 1 second. So this is definitely another subtle buff type, but will actually be quite impactful in some specific situations, I think. Yeah, this is good. I like this. I like these kinds of buffs where they're not necessarily numbers, but they're like quality of life, subtle changes here and there that can actually increase the power of some abilities and the way you play with them and around them. I like this type. Okay, time for the strategist now. Invisible Woman. Sue Storm's control and ultimate abilities just got more fantastic. Increase slow effect to enemies passing through Guardian Shield from 30 to 35%. I think it's the right click, right? Increase invisible boundary ultimate ability. Healing per second from 165 to 180. Well done. New effect. Slows enemies within range by 20%. This is the ultimate, right? So ultimate does more healing, which is nice because her ultimate was by far one of the weakest in terms of healing. Slows people inside of it, which it's definitely a nice quality of life. Probably won't make that much of a difference because usually when people fight inside her ultimate, there's support ultimates from both sides, so everyone is immortal basically. However, this will mean that if you can trap enemies inside your ultimate, it will make it easier for them to get killed. So this is a nice added change. Then for the shield as well, it's like 5% extra slow, it's whatever, but it's also nice. It might allow her to get away more easily, yeah, because she could run away from enemies in her own ultimate now. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, so overall, nice changes, nice buffs for Invis. I think she might be played a bit more now, maybe. Jeff the Land Shark. Jeff's ultimate leaves a healing pool after use. Dive in some for aquatic rejuvenation. It's Jeff, ultimate ability, now leaves an 8-meter radius healing pool at the point of activation that heals allies within range by 100 per second. Healing pool lasts for 8 seconds. I mean, it's an insane buff. It's an actual insane buff, but oh my god, is it boring. It's another ultimate. It's like big circle, you don't die in it, enjoy. In terms of actual power, this is insane because what this means, by the way, is that you will not be able to kill Jeff in his own ultimate. So if he eats half of your team, the other half of your team will not even be able to save you from the Jeff ultimate. Unless it's like a one-shot from a Magneto or something. It will be a lot more difficult to get Jeff out of his ultimate. So unless you prepare a one-shot ultimate like Magneto or, I don't know, maybe Psylocke or something, getting Jeff out of this ultimate will be a lot harder as well. But again, it looks like, it does seem to me like they're just leaning harder and harder into this archetype for healers that's like big circle, you get healing in it. Big circle, you don't die here. Big circle, it's big circle, get healing, and that's it. Like, every support ultimate seems to be having this. And I think it will reach a point where every new support that they introduce in the game will need to have an ultimate that's basically big circle, you get healing, or they will just not be played. However, this will mean you get more stonks for Jeff ultimate, for sure. This will mean Jeff players are very happy. Anyways, let's move on. Loki. Less damage, healing, and ultimate ability active time for the God of Mischief. Reduce illusions damage and healing ratio from 100% to 80%. Reduce God of Mischief's ultimate ability shapeshift period from 15 seconds to 12 seconds. If using an active duration ability, example, Luna Snow ultimate ability, reduce shapeshift residual period after the ability ends from 5 seconds to 3 seconds. I mean, this is definitely an interesting change, right? It would mean that you have less time in your copy to actually use your ultimate or use the abilities of the copy. So it's an interesting change, but it wouldn't make, I don't think it would make that much of a difference, because when you copy someone is to just use the other support ultimate, so it's more or less the same. And then reduce illusion damage and healing ratio from 100 to 80%. So like this is basically another nerf to damage and healing directly. So this is like, he just does less now. He just does less healing and less damage. That's basically it. So overall, a nice nerf to Loki. Now Luna Snow. Surely ultimate ability duration is getting cooldown. See, we do nerf her. Reduce Fate of both worlds ultimate ability duration from 12 seconds to 10 seconds. Thank fucking God. Thank the lords. Thank the lords. Oh, it's true. They do nerf her. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Finally, 12 seconds was way too long, bro. Way too long. 10 seconds is definitely more manageable, because look, Jeff 1 is 8 seconds. Invis Woman, I'm pretty sure, is also 8 seconds, which it doesn't say here. So it will only be 2 seconds longer than the other ones, which I think it's still very strong, but it's definitely a bit more manageable than 12 seconds. Thank you, NetEase. Very cool. Finally, after 9 months. Thank you, NetEase. It only took 9 months. Thank you. Mantis. Mantis gets a little more slippery. Movement boost from nature's favor now decays to 0 over 2 seconds after being hit, instead of instantly disappearing. Thank you. She's gonna lose her speed faster after getting into combat, which I really like. It would make her escape a bit better, and her engage is a bit better, and her like dueling potential a bit better. Still, it's not as nice as Season 0 Mantis, where she was super fast, but a nice change overall. So a nice quality of life change. I will take this. Thank you, NetEase. Nice Mantis buff. Ultron. Ultron's damage now deals extra pain. No defense is too strong for the AI Overlord. Ultimate ability new effect deals 125 damage to bonus health. So they've made Ultron a counter to what? Mantis ultimate and Adam ultimate, because you can break the shields faster. I mean, or like Rocket ultimate. I mean, this is definitely a weird change. I mean, it's interesting, but it's also like a damage change, right? Which means, once again, this is not a support, this is a DPS. Now he is leaning even harder into the DPS archetype. Like, guys, just classify him as a DPS at this point. Come on, just classify him as a DPS. Stop trying with this bullshit strategist stuff. He is not a strategist, okay? They should have classified him as a DPS, and it would have made everyone so much happier. Yeah, kind of a weird change, but I guess it's gonna have its niche uses here and there, like Mantis ultimate, maybe. Anyways, team up abilities. New Divine Armory, Angela and Thor. As the new team up anchor, Angela gains 100 health, so she'll have what, 600, right? Thor gains the new Thunderstrike Pike ability from his team up with Angela. Nice. From what I've seen in the trailers, this does seem like a very good ability for Thor. So this team up combined with the earlier changes from Thor, I do think that Thors are eating very good this next season. I think that the Thor stocks are to the moon. Finally, Thor will not be a throw pick. Will actually be quite good, I think. Moving on. Adjusted or removed. Arcane Order, Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch Magic. Magik joins the order and unlocks the new Chain of Kitolak ability to her team up with Doctor Strange. Yep, same with Magik, guys. Same with Magik. This new team up combined with the changes we saw with Magik, I think Magik actually gonna be good. Like good. Like good. Guys, isn't it kind of funny how NetEase keeps recycling or like cycling dive characters? First it was Spider-Man was annoying, so they nerfed it. Then it was Iron Fist is annoying, so they nerfed it. Then it was Black Panther is annoying, so they nerfed it. Now Magik is gonna be annoying and they're gonna nerf her in the future somehow. Now Magik is gonna be the one that people cry about. Yeah, Magik is gonna be the new BP, the new Iron Fist, the new Spider-Man. They're just going through every dive character at this point, one by one. Anyways, dimensional shortcut, Magik Psylocke. This team up has been banished to Limbo and removed from the game. Black Panther loses the Wakandan Master ability previously attained from this team up with Magik. Good riddance. Good riddance. No one was using this. It was kind of awkward. It was a buff to Psylocke and BP, which they don't fucking need it. Goodbye. You will not be missed. Gamma Charge. Hulk Namor. Black Panther joins the Gamma Fun and gains the Gamma Vibranium Armor ability to his team up with Hulk. Why? That's all I'm gonna say. Why? No, please. No. Balance changes. Arcane Order, Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch Magik. Looks like the Arcane Magic is getting a bit weaker for Scarlet Witch. Oh no. Reduce Sorcery Surge explosion damage upon hit from 12 to 6. Oh man. That team up was like, this team up actually made Scarlet Witch incredibly viable. Like, no. Oh my god. It's basically half the damage, bro. Oh my god. That team up was actually good. And now they've made it just meh. Why are they buffing her only to make her worse in some... Like, come on, bro. Scarlet Witch mains just cannot win. Scarlet Witch enjoyers just cannot win for some fucking reason. They just hate Scarlet Witch. I mean, the buffs are nice, but like, why? It was also very difficult to get this team up because Strange was almost never played because Emma was played. You barely see this team up most of the time. Like, why? I don't get it. It's like the one thing she had going for her, and now they've basically, like, they've taken it out back and cut it in half. Once again, why? This was actually really fun to use, because it was strong, and now it's just gonna be like, it's just there. It's nice, but, man, I don't like this. I really don't like this. But yeah, these are the balance changes for Season 4. Overall, some nice changes, some interesting changes. Yes, interesting changes, nice changes. I like some of them. I really like some of them. I don't like some of them. I really don't like some of them. But I do think this is probably the most diverse balance changes that we have seen so far, which actually have the potential to actually change the meta for once. Instead of being the basically same meta for the last 5 months, we might actually have some more variety in heroes with these balance changes, which I'm all here for. I am all here for this. So thank you NetEase, and not thank you NetEase for some of the changes. Anyways, these have been the balance changes. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Now go get some wins. Goodbye.